Wherever there is armed conflict, there are rules about how the parties are supposed to fight each other. They can be cultural, tribal, or religious. And then there are the rules of the Geneva Conventions and international humanitarian law. They derive from past experience with wars and are meant to protect those who are not directly participating in the hostilities. This includes civilians, but also fighters who have been wounded or have been detained. International humanitarian law, or IHL, also sets limits on warfare more generally. It says that the parties to any conflict need to take constant care and do everything they can to minimize the impact that the fighting can have on civilian life. This is what the law says. It is the ICRC's role to make sure that these rules are known so that they can be understood and respected by those who fight on the front lines in Yemen. We also engage with parties holding detainees to make sure that they treat them humanely. One way for us to achieve this is by making visits to prisoners in their places of detention and provide them with humanitarian support. We help families who have lost touch with relatives because of the fighting, so that they can get information about their fate and whereabouts. For example, because a relative has been detained on the other side of the front line. And where families have lost loved ones to war, regardless of whether they were civilians or fighters, we try to work with the parties so that they can recover their dead, provide them with a dignified funeral, and eventually bring closure to their loss. All of these tasks of the ICRC are called protection and prevention activities. These activities come in addition to what many people know us for in Yemen, such as our support to hospitals and medical facilities, the rehabilitation of boreholes and water networks, or the distribution of food, relief items, or cash to people who have been displaced by the conflict. Over coming weeks, we will introduce at this handle some of these protection and prevention activities in a bit more detail. Keep having a look. You'll get to know another important aspect of the ICRC and of our work in Yemen.